Hollywood promises fortune and immortality, but some stars died with nothing. Once adored by millions, they spent their final days broke, forgotten, and erased by the very industry that built them. Tonight, we uncover 15 famous actors who died in poverty despite huge fame. And trust me, number 5 will shock you. 1. Bela Lugosi. Bela Lugosi terrified audiences as Dracula, cementing himself as one of Hollywood's most iconic figures. Yet, off-screen, his career collapsed, his health failed, and his finances vanished. Addicted and forgotten, Lugosi died. Penniless in 1956. Hollywood immortalized his monster but abandoned the man. His tragic end shows how even legends can be erased by poverty. 2. Judy Garland. The beloved star of The Wizard of Oz became a global treasure, adored for her talent and voice. Yet relentless. Schedules, addiction, and financial mismanagement left her exhausted and drowning in debt. Judy Garland died at just 47, leaving behind broken finances and shattered health. Her death proved that even eternal icons are not protected from ruin. 3. Gary Coleman. He was one of television's brightest child stars, beloved for different strokes. But betrayal, mismanaged fortunes, and endless legal battles drained his millions. Coleman lived his final years in obscurity, working odd jobs, battling illness, and broke. He died alone, penniless, far from the spotlight. Hollywood cashed in on his childhood charm, but discarded the man he became. 4. Veronica Lake. With her signature hairstyle and undeniable charm, Veronica Lake became a 1940s icon. But scandal, divorce, and her fading roles led her into decline. Once a goddess of cinema, she was reduced to working as a waitress for survival. By the time she died in 1973, she was penniless, a heartbreaking fall from stardom into obscurity. 5. Corey Haim. A beloved teen idol of the 1980s, Corey Haim starred in cult classics like The Lost Boys. But drug addiction, bad investments, and betrayal destroyed his career. Hollywood erased him long before his death. In 2010, he died in a tiny apartment, broke and forgotten. Once adored by millions, Haim's life ended in tragic silence. 6. Dana Plato. America loved her as Kimberly Drummond on Different Strokes, but scandal, addiction, and financial ruin consumed her life. At her lowest, Plato resorted to robbery to survive. Hollywood never forgave her, and she died at 34, broke and broken. Her downfall remains one of the industry's harshest reminders of how fame can quickly turn into tragedy. 7. Mickey Rooney. Mickey Rooney was once Hollywood's highest-paid actor, a child superstar adored worldwide. He earned millions, but lawsuits, divorces, and betrayal by his own family stripped him of everything. Despite a career spanning 8 decades, Rooney died with very little to his name. His story proves that even lifelong stardom can end in poverty and loneliness. 8. Pamela Britton. She rose to fame in the 1950s, becoming a familiar face on stage and screen. But when illness struck, Hollywood abandoned her, offering no safety net for its stars. Pamela Britton lived her last years in hardship, with bills piling and work fading. She died in poverty, her talent remembered but her struggles erased by the industry. The younger brother of Sean Penn, Chris carved his own path as a gifted character actor. Yet when Hollywood's offers slowed, financial struggles mounted. Health issues plagued his final years, and his death came quietly, with little wealth or recognition left behind. Hollywood celebrated his brother's fame, but largely ignored Chris, even in death. 10. David Carradine. Known globally for Kung Fu, Carradine lived a life of fame and scandal. His later years were riddled with financial trouble, controversies, and personal struggles. When he died in 2009, shocking headlines overshadowed the reality. A once famous man who left behind debts and little fortune. Carradine's tragic end proved that fame can fade faster than fortune. 11. Florence Ballard. As a founding member of the Supremes, her voice helped shape music history. But betrayal, legal battles, and rejection left her destitute. Ballard turned to welfare, struggling to survive. while the world celebrated the group without her. She died at only 32, broke and broken. Her story is one of music's most heartbreaking tragedies of abandonment and loss. 12. Brittany Murphy. Brittany Murphy was a rising star, adored for her roles in Clueless and 8 Mile. But instability, poor management, and personal struggles consumed her life. Her sudden death at 32 shocked the world, yet behind the headlines was financial instability. Hollywood mourned her talent, but the industry never gave her the security she deserved. 13. Dolores Hart. She starred opposite Elvis Presley and was destined to become a queen of Hollywood. But Dolores Hart shocked the world by leaving it all behind. Trading fame and fortune, she became a nun, living a life of poverty and simplicity. She didn't die betrayed by Hollywood. She walked away from it entirely, choosing peace over riches. 14. Lynn Thigpen. A respected Broadway and television actress, Lynn Thigpen's face was known to millions, especially children who watched Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. Yet her later life was marked by financial struggle. When she died in 2003, the industry praised her talent, but behind the curtain was hardship that Hollywood never revealed. 15. Peter Cookson. A Broadway star turned Hollywood actor, Peter Cookson saw early success, but as years passed, his career faded. Financial struggles mounted, and by the time of his death in 1990, he had been long forgotten by the industry. Cookson's life ended in poverty, a cruel reminder of how Hollywood erases even once promising stars. Hollywood creates legends, but it also destroys them. These 15 actors lived in fame, yet died in poverty. Some were undone by addiction, some by betrayal, some were simply abandoned. The chilling truth remains: if even legends can be forgotten, who will be next?